Hello everyone. I welcome you in this session of 2025 GS Mains Mentorship Program. This session is open for all. I will tell you how to approach mains and various papers. Overall approach for mains will be discussed. Secondly, the mentorship batch that I'm going to launch for this mains will be discussed. And third and most importantly, and which we will discuss in the first itself, that what is the prelims performance and how should we approach towards the whatever score you are getting. Okay, these three aspects we will cover in this session. So first of all, I would really like to ask all of you, first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you that if you are appearing for 2025 mains mentorship session, that means you have mostly attempted the prelims, and I really congratulate all of you that you have you know finished one stage of civil services examination 2025. I know there will be variations in the scores. There will be some doubts. There will be some people who are getting very good scores. But irrespective of all that, you have tried your best. Attempting and facing this examination is itself a brave act, right? So for that, I really congratulate you, and I'm really sure that you have put your all the hard works. And now let's see for the result. So I would really like to ask, how was your performance? I don't care for the marks. You just tell me, like, whether you felt that you tried your best, whether you attempted the way you wanted to attempt. All these things, if you some people can share, I will share my insights. Anybody?
Yeah, can I speak, ma'am? Kirania.
Yes.
Yes, so I felt that I was satisfied with my preparation. So when I gave the paper, definitely paper was difficult because if you see the questions, like the topics were familiar, but when you look at the options and all.
Yes, I am hearing.
But overall, when I attempted the paper, I felt that yes, my preparation was holistic and I was able to attempt. Like my attempt was not that great. Like I attempted in 70s, but accuracy was good. So I'm scoring around 102.
Okay, very good. Anybody else?
Ma'am?
Yeah, Monica.
Ma'am, I'm Monica. I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, this is my fourth prelims. I don't know how I have performed. Inside the examination hall, I did my best. I'm scoring around 82.67 from 4 institutes, and from Forum IAS, I've checked the answer key. I'm scoring around 88.
Okay, fine. So, see, from whichever key you are scoring, you just tell this, score range. No need to tell that institute, वगैरह. ठीक है. Okay, very good. Next, anybody
Yes,
else?
ma'am. I don't know whether I should proceed for this year's mains or
Yeah, we
I'm
will
in
discuss.
ambiguity.
Yeah, we will discuss that. First of all, let's just hear from others also. Yes, anybody else?
Okay.
Ma'am, Shivam is here.
Yes, sure.
My experience was like same for the last two prelims. This year experience was same, but only difference I felt this time was paper was quite lengthy this time and options were tricky. Otherwise, all the experience was same. My score is coming in between 100, 100 and 102 and 110.
Okay, okay. Yes. Anybody else? Very good.
Ma'am, I think I'm Nandika. This is my fifth attempt that I'm giving. Compared to my previous attempts, I feel this time I practiced beforehand techniques to remain calm during the exam, and I try to analyze PYQ trends. So I think that was what helped me during the exam, because content as such, it was a little bit of a shock when I saw the paper. I checked through different institutes like Bajiram, Insights. I'm getting between the range of 95 to 113.
Okay, take care. Very nice. So, why I'm asking all these things, I want to tell you two important things. Those who are getting good range scores, very nice. You have done it. You have got the scores also. But those who feel that, like somebody was asking in between, that those who feel that they don't know whether they should proceed for the mains, whether they should rely on the scores and everything. So I'll tell you my story and so many of my friends' story. Whatever keys we are referring, And even if I am telling you that 2025 paper, this answer is for this question is that answer, we never know what is the UPSC answer, right? We have seen the lot of variations in answer keys in the past. I have myself observed. See, in 2024, I attempted the prelims. By all the keys, I was getting marks range between 110 to 114, right? 114 was the highest, 110 was the lowest. And my actual marks were 120.97. So there is a difference of literally 7 marks in the actual marks and the answer key range, 7 to 10 marks, right? So if we go by that, if somebody is getting score, let us suppose 85, if that person is feeling dejected, please don't do that. You never know what is your score in the final mark sheet of UPSC. You believe in your preparation. You trust that things will fall in place, and you have to proceed with the mains preparation. Because the second thing is that this is the phase of mains preparation. Irrespective of what score you are getting, irrespective of what will happen with your result, this is the phase of mains preparation. Let us suppose you are clearing, it is well, nice, very nice, right? And you are definitely going to write the mains, then there is no issue. You are going to write the mains, you are going to practice test, you are doing your optional and everything. Let us suppose, unfortunately, somebody is not clearing. I hope everybody clear, whoever is seeing this session, everybody should clear. But let us suppose, unfortunately, somebody is not clearing. What is the option? There can be only two options. You want to continue your preparation for 2026, then you have to go by mains preparation in these 3-4 months. And let us suppose you have some other plan, or you want to take the break, then you have some different strategy, right? Let us suppose you have attempted it 4 or 5 times. You have never cleared prelims before. This time also you missed it by margin. You are left with only one attempt. For that person, the strategy can be different, right? That person can take break, that person can take job and do things. That will vary person to person. But let us suppose this was your first attempt, you missed by margin. What is the option you will have, right? It is very much likeable that you will go for the second attempt. And if you are going for the second attempt, this is the phase for mains preparation. Are we all getting this? Okay, so and based on whatever analysis I have done or observation, see, I do not indulge into all these things because I know that UPSC is above all of us, right? We can never gauge what is in its mind. We can never gauge which questions it will drop or which questions it will give some other answer. Okay, so indulging in all these things is little meaningless activity. We should check the scores range just to ensure that we are in some decent range. Let us suppose somebody is getting 30 score by all the keys. That means definitely that person may not clear. Or let us suppose somebody is getting 120 score by all the keys. That means irrespective of what is the cutoff, that person is going to clear. So just to check in which range we are falling, we should go for the answer keys. But we should never feel that this is the final score and my fate is sealed. Because the last verdict, it's UPSC verdict, and let the result come and let us see the result. Okay. Till then, be positive, be optimistic that you are going to write the mains. Then otherwise, creating negative is anyways not going to help, right? I'm very sure that this is very easy to be said but very difficult to be followed. But if you can follow that, you are one of those candidates who can be stable, who can study well, who can compete others in the emotional stability, and definitely going to get good marks in the mains if you are qualifying for the mains. Are you getting right? So after this brief discussion, I would definitely can tell you this, that this year's paper was little harder than the paper of last year. Like last year paper was little straightforward. This paper was little harder. So cutoff will definitely go little less than last year. This is the primary observation. This also cannot be taken for granted, right? But according to my observation, the cutoff should go little lesser than last year. Okay. Okay. So now we will go for mains approach. I hope everybody is now settled that they should go for the mains approach. I'm going to explain the overall mains approach in this session. And after like 30-40 minutes of discussion, we will go for the mains mentorship that I'm conducting this year. Okay. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen, and everybody, whoever is having whatever doubt, we will take in the end. Okay, so all these slides I will do in the end. We will just go for main strategy now. So now 95 days are remaining. Now, had I done some mistake? 95 days. some calculation mistake, right? 75 days, everybody is speaking 75 days, 80 days, and I have written 95 days to go.
85.
85. I made the mistake, right? No, I did not make the mistake. There are 95 days for your mains. Every minute till the end of this examination will count. Are you getting this? 5 p.m. last optional day, 5 p.m. that minute will also count. So if somebody is talking like 75 days are remaining, no, it is not. 85 days are remaining, no, it is not. 95 days are remaining to finish this examination. Please be the black horse, right? Even if you can pull yourself in the last 15 days, even if you can pull yourself between GS and optional, let us suppose you have done very nice study, and let us suppose you are not doing much good study between GS and optional, then also it is not in your hand that you are going to clear the mains very nicely. So every minute, every second till the end of the optional paper will count. So you have cumulatively 95 days, right? But yes, the phases will vary. In the last phase, you cannot go for doing notes or doing reading and all. We will discuss that how the phases will go, but you have 95 days in your hand. Okay, and 95 days is a huge period, trust me. Okay, so mains is a fight for fraction. In this slide, I'm just going to build you the basic understanding. Whatever I have learned throughout my attempts, whatever I have learned from my friends, my seniors, whatever rank holders are telling, based on all these things, I have designed this slide and the next slide. Okay, so mains is the fight for fraction. I am very sure all of you who have cleared prelims and who are writing the mains, more or less your knowledge base is same. For somebody, it might be first or second attempt, so little less hold on the knowledge. For somebody who is having this third, fourth mains, maybe little more hold on knowledge, but more or less the knowledge base is same. We are reading same material, polity for Lakshmikant. We are reading same spectrum for history, right? For prelims. For mains, the sources will vary a little bit, but more or less the knowledge base is same. So where you can stand out, differently than crowd, that is fractions. In each and every answer of your GS paper or essay paper, if you can score little extra than others, then cumulatively you are score more than others and you are going to clear the mains cutoff. Okay? If you have seen the toppers marks, whenever they are getting selected in the final, there is not much difference between the top 100 score and the last score. Okay? That is because on each and every mark, the fight is there. Mains and interview, each and every marks will count. Prelims was the qualifying stage. Okay, let us suppose based on the similar knowledge base, everybody is getting 4 out of 10 marks minimum in the 10 markers question, just hypothetically, and everybody is getting 10 out of 20 marks in the 20 marker question, right? More or less, because you are a sincere group of candidate, you will study and you will get minimum, let us suppose, that amount of mark. I'm telling you extra marks, but just let us suppose. But those who are getting 4.5 marks out of 10 or 5 marks out of 10 or 10.5 marks out of 10 or 11 marks out of 20, that 0.5 extra marks in one questions will end up cumulatively 10-15 marks in one paper, right? So let us suppose GS1, in every question you are scoring 0.5 marks more than others, top score, right? Then in GS2 also you are scoring 0.5 marks or 1 marks more than others in every question cumulatively. So in each paper you will score 10-15, 10-15, 10-15 marks extra. In XA you will score 10-15 marks extra, and cumulatively your score and the other person's normal score, the difference will be 50, 60, 70 marks. Are you getting this? This is just I'm talking about GS and mains. In option also you can do that. So that matters. It is not like that in one paper you will get 40 marks each and in another paper you will not perform so good. More or less everybody is going to prepare very nicely and more or less they are going to score nicely. So these fractions will matter. Okay, just understand this. Second thing is that fraction, how you are going to gain more in that. So you have to have quality raw material base, both for static and current. I know we have read a lot of things about prelims and a lot of current affairs, but you have to extract the quality things and apply it in the mains, because mains is not just a game of identification. Prelims is like game of identification. You will see the question, it will get clicked in your brain, but for mains you have to store everything in your brain. You have to apply and implement all these things once you are seeing the question and then you are writing the answers, right? So for that Your brain has a limited capacity. You cannot store 1,000 pages book data in your brain, right? It has a limited capacity, and you have to store very, very, very good quality raw material, both for static and current. I know most of us read some booklets for current, but that is not going to help you to stand apart from the crowd. Everybody is reading that. How your answer is going to be different, right? So think about this. You have to have quality raw material. Whatever raw material you have right now, based on the prelims notes, you have to extract the quality data. You have to extract the quality things from the current and make that base as quality raw material base. Okay. Third thing is that mains is implementation, implementation, implementation. Mains is not preparation. Are you getting this? Prelims also, we have seen that for the first few months, we will prepare and then we have to implement. Implement means we have to solve the test, we have to do the analysis of PYQ, we have to solve CSAT. So that is implementation phase. So if many people I saw, they were in preparation phase only till the May month. And in May or April end, they are doing mock test and everything. So we are not giving good importance to implementation phase. We are in just a preparation phase. So that will not work for means. In mains, if you are dedicating your, let us suppose you just have, let us suppose 10 weeks to go to start this examination, let us suppose, okay? And in that 10 weeks, if you are investing 4 to 5 weeks in preparing the content, preparing the raw material, then you are already behind the competition, right? You are competing with the people who are, let us suppose, either they have attempted mains 1, 2, 3 times before, so they know what to do, what not to do. You are competing with the people who have already cleared this examination and improving their rank, right? So think about all these things. So you have to be better in the competition, not only in the final paper, but in planning these 95 days, but in planning what quality of raw material you are gathering, what is the implementation strategy that you are doing, if you are giving your importance to preparation or implementation. Okay? For me, mains is just whatever you have, read it, revise it, write it. Read it, revise it, write it. That means implementation, implementation, implementation. Most of the student I have seen, like I was also in my preparation phase, I have seen till the last month, they will just go on preparing the content, and then they will feel that one day I will be perfect in my content and I will write the test. That means I will implement. No, implementation starts from the day one. Okay? So let us suppose tomorrow, 29th, you are starting your mains preparation. You should not start like 4 days, I will read something, and 5th day I will do something, right? Implementation does not mean that daily answer writing, all these fancy things, they are fancy things, literally. Okay? So daily answer writing, there are more things than daily answer writing. Okay? That is daily brainstorming, that is daily interlinking, that is daily content mugging up. All these things are also part of implementation only, right? So do not get involved into just daily answer writing. Go beyond that and do implementation of things properly. We will discuss that more in details later on. Okay? So please ingrain this on your brain. Preparation is very low weightage. Preparation should have very low weightage in mains. Implementation should have the highest weightage. Okay? Now, in mains, if let us suppose, remember your days when you were preparing for the basic subjects for the prelims. Okay? What you will do, you are taking the book, you are reading it, you are analyzing it, you are making the notes, you are doing all these basic things. Now that phase is not mains. Okay? That is over. You have already done, you have taken the books, you have read it, you have done this, everything. Mains is brainstorming, extracting, writing. Okay? That means whatever you are reading, you should read from the perspective that where I'm going to apply this, where I'm going to write it, extract those contents, and make it a habit to get all these things in your blood by various methods, by mugging up, by revising, by writing, by drawing. All these things you can do, and then these three things with the proper feedback should happen in the main space. Okay? So notes making, there are few aspects behind all these things, how you should approach for mains study overall. So notes making, yes, whatever prelims notes you have, if the content is overlapping with the mains, extract the quality raw material from that and make it your mains notes. Okay? Second, using what's already available. Do not run behind the content. Let us suppose you don't have good content for world history. Okay? So what students will feel that GS1 world history is there might be one question, so I will prepare. So for 2-3 days they will prepare for world history. That is a very wrong approach, right? Whatever you have already, now world history events, or you will read some PDF, very concise PDF, right? So whatever you have already, extract things from them. Do not invest much time in them. Okay. You should also do the time management very nicely. That we will talk in the next PDF. Okay. So, I have already talked about mugging up and getting into the blood. Intro, body, conclusion. Okay. So brainstorming, extracting and writing and implementation. For this, the most important part is toppers answer copies and your own quality raw material. Okay. You have to look for intro, body, conclusion in each and everything, right? Because you have to be in implementation phase. So whenever you are reading something, let us suppose you are reading newspaper for current affairs. If you feel that this line is very good, you should get click that this can be used in intro, this can be used in body, this can be used in conclusion. Okay. I know it can be challenging in the initial days, but if you develop that attitude, that will happen in next 1 or 2 week itself. Okay. Your brain should focus only on what should I do to get good score. That means implementation. Then now toppers answers or toppers copies as one of the most, authentic source, because if you get a topper copy, the topper, let us suppose the topper has topped in GS1. Let us suppose the topper score is 120 and the copy the topper has written just before 7 days or 10 days of the examination. It is very much probable that the exact writing the topper might have replicated in the mains, right? So if the person is writing like this and the person is getting good marks, okay, 1 2 3 topper copies you will see. So tell me, isn't it the authentic source that you should follow what the topper has done? You should inculcate the habits which the topper is showing in his or her answers and develop and inculcate that in your answer writing style and write your paper or write your tests, right? Rather than, going towards somebody and asking how should I write the answer or how should I do, analyze the topper's copy. Okay, that is the lighthouse for your mains preparation. Okay, no authentic source more than no more authentic source than this. Okay, topper's copy for each and every subject. Then now last thing is that you are implementing, you are preparing the quality raw material, you are extracting, you are writing, you are doing topper's copy analysis, you are mugging up everything, but you should get your performance evaluated, not just the full length test, but are you on right track? Whatever you are doing, are you on right track? Because you cannot waste even 1 single hour or 1 single day during the mains prelims to mains phase. Okay, every single hour will count henceforth. Done. So get constant performance evaluation from your senior, from your friend, from your mentor, from anybody that you feel like, but just check whether you are on track, whether you are doing things rightly. Let us suppose you are doing things very nicely. After 2 weeks you understood that you invested a lot of time here, it should not have been done, but the time is gone, you are already behind the competition now. This should not happen. Okay, so in prelims phase it is still manageable, but not in mains phase. You have to be on your toes and get your everything evaluated, your notes making, your approach, your direction, your full length test, everything. Okay. Okay, so this is just overall idea for those. I thought of including all the basic things also for those who are writing mains for the first time. Okay, now the biggest challenge the students, every student will face is that balancing. There are 7 papers whose marks will be counted. There are 2 papers which are qualifying. So balancing those 7 papers will be a tedious task. Okay. You will every day you will feel like you are doing GS1, your GS2 is left. You are doing GS2, your essay is left. You are doing essay, your optional is left. This is the constant feeling throughout this phase. But trust me, this is feeling for everybody. So you don't have to be bogged down by this feeling, but you have to push yourself to do the best in this feeling. Okay. So GS, essay, optional. You have to divide your daily portion equally, right? Between GS, I will treat GS and essay together and optional separately. So I used to do this, that I will divide my half of the day for GS and essay and I will divide half of the day for the optional. Somebody might ask that I will do my optional first and then GS later, or I will do the GS first and optional later. No, all these things might not work, right? You have to go side, you have to, get all these things side by side so that the confidence level will be maintained very high, on a high note. If you are doing GS and you are left with the optional, the confidence level will, it will be little up and down. So doing things simultaneously will help. In that also, strictly divide your day into half, like half portion for GS and half portion for optional. There will be few students who will say that if I can do optional, very nicely, then I will get good score in optional. And if even if GS is little sidelined, then it is okay. No, it is not okay. You never know which optional or which paper will get scaled down or scaled up by UPSC. You all have seen last year's result now, 2024. You must have seen some optionals got very bad score, some optional got good score, some GS got bad score. In the previous years, for the 1 to 3 years, GS3 was getting very bad score, right? So you never know which paper will going to scale up or scale down, or which optional will get good marks or not good marks. I'm not saying that this is all luck. I'm just saying that you identify this trend of unpredictability and you prepare yourself for the best, right? You give equal weightage for each GS, essay, and optional. Please do not feel that, yes, I'm aware that GS4, GS2, and essay are good scoring. Even in 2024, we have seen that they have scored nicely. Yes, okay, you give attention to them. That does not mean that you will sideline GS3 or GS1, right? They might also get scaled down or scaled up. Okay, so definitely you will give 5 to 10% extra weightage to essay, GS4, and GS2 based on the previous trend. But you will also have hold over the GS1 and GS3. Have you observed that many people were saying that history is very difficult to score, so they were not doing history nicely, and 2024 prelims, many good questions from history came, right? So you never know what will happen. So what is in your hand, you give weightage to each and everything. You try your best. You aim for topping that subject. Why are you aiming for going for boundary marks or going for clearing the cutoff? You aim to top in that subject, and for that you have to give weightage and attention to each and every subject. Okay, this should be your approach, so that whatever is the final result, it is in your favor, right? Now let us some people are also in dilemma whether they should go for sectional test or full length test. Okay, considering the time left, considering the things required from the sincere aspirant, sectional test is a little fancy thing right now. This is my personal belief. You might go for sectional test, I'm not denying that, but if you go for full length test, your revisions, paper wise revisions, will happen for more number of time than the sectional test. You will also feel confident, you will also feel you are having hold over your syllabus and your papers. So for me, always go for full length test, GS 1 2 3 4 essay, optional 1 2. Okay, for optional definitely you can divide, because optional is very huge, so you can divide into the 4 section or 5 section and you go for sectional test, but not for GS. I have seen that many timetables will come where they are clubbing GS1 society with GS2 governance, and they are clubbing GS3 with GS4, all these things. Okay, and they will say that things are overlapping, so you should interlink. No, you should interlink based on what is UPSC expecting. UPSC is giving you GS1 paper in one go, so you develop that habit of interlinking GS2 in GS1 paper while solving that paper, and not take the benefit of interlinking the syllabus in a test and writing the test based on that line. Okay, so this is my approach. You might have different opinion. Go for full length test, GS 1 2 3 4, GS 1 2 3 4, GS 1 2 3 4, whatever you can. Okay, then for essay, I know for so many people it will be difficult to write essay now and then, like 8 to 10 tests of essay, 16 17 essay writing is little challenging. So what we can do, you should definitely aim for writing more number of essay. But if you cannot write, what you can do, you write full length test of essay, like let us suppose 3 4, and you do blueprint practice. This is very 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 important. My approach is, in the first 20-25 minutes of one essay, I will jot down all the points, prepare the blueprint, and based on that I will just directly write the whole essay. So even if you cannot practice more essay, considering the time crunch, considering the optional GS balancing, everything, if you practice blueprints, it will be definitely going to help you in writing the essay nicely. Okay, so this you listen to all these things, because in the next 1 to 3 weeks you are going to feel the hit of balancing the subjects. Okay, so what you can do, you can go for such approach. Okay, then optional and GS, I have already told, half of weightage will be there, half of duration should be allotted to the daily schedule in the GS and optional. Then static versus current. Okay, all this balancing will happen. So if you have analyzed the PYQ, there are many questions which are coming from the current affairs, like some bills or some acts or some, let us suppose there was election for president, so there was the question in the mains, right? Some security related challenges were there, so there was question in GS3. So yes, the current affairs are important for mains, but the weightage should be 60-40 according to me. 60% static and 40% current. Do not run behind doing all the current affairs, day in and day out. That is not going to, help. If you analyze the PYQ, there will be so many questions which are coming from static sources. right? Even if there are some current affairs sources, many of them will be linked to the static portion only. Then, so 60-40 or 65-35 weightage should be there. 50-50 weightage should not be there for static and GS, right? Then I have already told that considering my approach, I will not give any paper very extra weightage, and I will sideline the other paper. I will try to balance all the papers, and I will give little more attention to essay, GS4 and GS2, because based on the past trend, they might score good, but we never know, right? Okay. Then, okay, there was a student who was asking me, he wanted to join two test series, one for one institute for GS, another institute for GS, and then optional, and then essay. See, these things are like, okay, like if you are so over ambitious and you are doing it, it is well and good, but practically it might not be possible. It will not be possible for you to write so many papers. There will be so, very rare candidates. I know only one person who was my friend, who is my friend in 2022 batch, and he used to write 48 tests for GS. But that is the single person whom I know, and that person was really brilliant in writing all this test and following the schedule and everything. But that might not be possible for others. That does not mean those others who are writing 8 to 10 tests are not qualifying this examination, right? So you, according to me, writing the test is important, but analyzing the test, improving on your mistake, doing daily practices of implementation is more important, right? You do background study for 1 2 3 4 days and then go and write the test, implement, and see what you are performing, right? This approach can help rather than just writing. Okay, okay. And only one test series for GS and essay, one test series for optional. Believe me, in prelims also, student used to tell me that they want to attempt 60 tests, 70 tests, 80 tests. Yes, for some people it is definitely possible because they have hold over solving the test and doing the test analysis, right? But those who are not having hold, they should go for 8 to 10 tests and analysis of those tests. For example, 2 hours of test will take 6 hours of analysis, 4 hours of analysis. That should happen in the mains also. Okay, so quality will matter in mains a lot. Okay, now after this balancing and fight for fraction, we will go for mains mindset. You have to remember from now itself. Now the break time is over. Okay, prelims is over, score are done, break time is over, everything is done. Now you have to go for mains, right? Even if your score is upper niche, you have to go for the mains if you want to continue the preparation. If you are wasting even 1 second or 1 hour now, you are behind the competition. Mark my words. I'm not exaggerating, or I'm not घबराने के लिए नहीं बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है, the competition is really tough. For prelims, the ratio of appearing candidates and selecting candidates, appearing sincere candidates and getting selected is little, मतलब बहुत लोग appear होते हैं, but बहुत कम sincere बच्चे ही pass होते हैं, वो अलग होता है. But mains में each and every person is very sincere. The competition is so tough in mains, and interview more than that, right? But that does not mean that you won't be able to do that. For that, you have to beat the competition at each and every level. So competition को final paper में नहीं, आप कैसे दिन को यूटिलाइज करते हो, आप कैसे ईच मार्क्स को काउंट करते हो, कैसे रॉ मटेरियल की क्वालिटी करते हो, कैसे एनालिसिस करते हो, कैसे ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करते हो, कैसे इंप्लीमेंट करते हो, कैसे टेस्ट राइट करते हो. इन ऑल दिस एस्पेक्ट यू हैव टू डू बेटर देन अदर्स. ठीक है, सो फॉर दैट एवरी आवर विल काउंट, एवरी सेकेंड विल काउंट फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स. ठीक है, can you see that toppers analysis I have added, right? So if you can see last 3 years toppers, so Shakti Dubey ji, इन्होंने मेंस में स्कोर किया है 843 and mains cutoff was 729. Aditya Srivastava ji, okay, the connection was lost. I am sharing my screen again. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Done. Okay. So if you see, Shakti Dubey ji, इन्होंने स्कोर किया है 843 in mains and mains cutoff was 729. This is general category I'm talking. Aditya Srivastava ji 899 and 741 was the mains cutoff. Then Ishita Kishore ji, इन्होंने mains में marks लिए हैं 901 and mains cutoff was 748. What is your observation in this? Quickly, anybody? What is your observation?
100 to 150 marks more than the cutoff,
Very
approximately.
good. Very good. Anybody else?
I think it means that they have already cleared exam irrespective of their score in interview.
Very good. Anybody else?
मैम कट ऑफ के हिसाब से मेंस के मार्क्स वेरी हो रहे थे.
Okay. Anybody else? Last one.
Ma'am, I think they were fighting till the last, that the last stage of the exam, that is interview. And yeah, they scored like a 200 and 193 in the interview too. So I think it's a, as you said, it's a fight for fraction. So I think that's the fighting till the last is the only way.
Very nice, very nice. ठीक है, all of you said it very nicely. They scored 120, 150 marks above mains cutoff in mains itself. So 843 का 947 से कितना कम फासला रह गया है. So let us suppose इन्होंने 843 मेंस में मार्क्स लिए हैं and final cutoff was 947. In even if she is scoring, let us suppose around 100 marks in interview, she is in the final list, right? फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन. इनका भी देखिए, आदित्य श्रीवास्तव जी का, इनका 899 स्कोर है मेंस में एंड इन फाइनल कट ऑफ इज 953. तो जस्ट 54 मार्क्स एंड ही इज डेफिनेटली इनटू द फाइनल लिस्ट, राइट? दिस इज द पावर ऑफ मेंस. एंड second thing is that they did not lose the fight here. I mean, they did not stop fighting here. They fought in the interview stage also. Getting 200 marks, 193 marks is not a joke, right? So they tried to do their best in each and every phase of the examination, each and every paper of this examination, right? This we have to do. Second, minimum 100 marks above cutoff. Please do not say, like I have seen this in many students, right? कि वो क्या देखेंगे, लास्ट ईयर का मेंस का कट ऑफ 729 था तो मुझे 750 मिल गए तो भी मैं बहुत सेफ हूँ, तो 750 टारगेट करेंगे. दैट शुड नॉट बी द माइंडसेट ऑफ अ टॉपर, राइट? उनका स्कोर था 843, यू एम फॉर 843, राइट? You should aim for minimum 100, 120 marks above cutoff. Then your selection is very, very, very guaranteed, because definitely you are going to fight for interview also, and you are going to score nicely in interview also, right? Each and every single marks will count. एक मार्क से आपका सर्विस चेंज होता है, एक मार्क से आपका केडर चेंज होता है, right? अभी कुछ नहीं लगता है. Ask that person who has lost all these things due to 1 marks. लेट अस सपोज किसी का 728 मेंस में मार्क्स है एंड उसका कट ऑफ है 729, राइट? कैन यू फील दैट? सो ईच एंड एवरी मार्क्स विल काउंट. तो मेंस में हमें बहुत अच्छा स्कोर लाना है, सो दैट इंटरव्यू में, डेफिनेटली इंटरव्यू में भी लाना है, बट मेंस थोड़ा सा सेफ हो गया तो इंटरव्यू में कॉन्फिडेंटली और सेफ कर सकते हैं. इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे आपको मार्क्स नहीं पता होते हैं, बट मेंस की तैयारी से और मेंस के राइटिंग से आपको पता चल जाता है कि यू हैव डन ओके और यू हैव डन बेटर और यू हैव डन वर्स. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? सो मेंस में 100 to 120 मार्क्स अबो कट ऑफ एम करने हैं, एंड उसके लिए क्या करना है? रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग, पेपर वाइज मार्क्स, ठीक है? लेट अस सपोज यू आर टारगेटिंग 100 मार्क्स अबो कट ऑफ. लेट अस सपोज 740, 729, 748. Let us suppose 730 is the cumulative cutoff of mains, right? You are targeting 830 marks, right? So 830 marks लाने के लिए आपको ऑप्शनल में कितने मार्क्स चाहिए, GS 1, 2, 3, 4 में कितने मार्क्स चाहिए, ऐसे में कितने मार्क्स चाहिए. Now for somebody GS 4 is very strong area, GS 1 is little weaker area. Somebody option is very strong area, GS 2 is little weaker area. So let us suppose based on your analysis you can allot marks, hypothetical marks, एंड वो आपका एम सेट हो जाएगा, राइट? आज ही ये करो आप. 8 एम फॉर लेट अस सपोज 830 मार्क्स डिवाइडेड कि आपको ऑप्शन में 300 लाने पड़ेंगे. आपको GS 1 में 120, GS 2 में 120, GS 3 में 110, GS 4 में 130, राइट? ऐसे में आपको 130 लाने पड़ेंगे. वॉट एवर कैलकुलेशन करना, 830 फाइनल स्कोर आना चाहिए, एंड वो एक पूरा पेपर स्टिक पे जो भी है आपको आपके पास रखना है, आपके नजरों के सामने रखना है, सो दैट यू शुड एम फॉर दैट मिनिमम आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, राइट? इफ यू डोंट हैव अ न्यूमेरिकल एम इन मेंस और इंटरव्यू, इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू स्कोर, है ना? हवा में कैसे सोचेंगे कि हाँ मुझे बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स चाहिए, बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स चाहिए, तो 90 भी तो बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स होते हैं, राइट? सो डू दिस एक्सरसाइज, दिस विल पुश यू, राइट? बिकॉज pushing and pushing yourself is the only mantra to clear this examination, right? मेंस में पेपर लिखते टाइम भी आपको फील हो सकता है मैंने ये छोड़ दिया, मैंने वो छोड़ दिया, मैंने ये करना चाहिए था, मैंने वो करना चाहिए था, राइट? बट if you push yourself till the last minute, that's why I have told that we have 95 days for mains, right? We don't have 80 or 85 days for the mains, we have 95 days for the mains. Till the last minute of optional paper we are going to push ourselves, okay? Then Now this is like overall approach, mains mindset, or few things that I wanted to convey. ठीक है, more detailed and nitty gritty वाला approach and session I will also do for the let us suppose after a few 1 week or 8-10 days. ठीक है. Now GS essay approach क्या होना चाहिए? Paper wise approach. I always believe no sectional approach, it should be paper wise approach. GS1 कर दिया खत्म, GS2 कर दिया खत्म, GS3 कर दिया खत्म, ऐसे कर दिया खत्म. ठीक है, चीजें खत्म करती जानी चाहिए. GS1 का कुछ पोर्शन कर रहे हो, GS2 कर रहे हो, GS3 का कुछ कर रहे हो, that will not help that much. This is my opinion. Somebody will vary with this. ठीक है, फुल लेंथ टेस्ट देना है, नो टाइम फॉर सेक्शनल टेस्ट. जितना पुश करोगे उतना कंपटीशन में आगे जाओगे. ठीक है, 3 times पेपर वाइज रिविजन होना चाहिए. टारगेट दिस, यू हैव टू रिवाइज ईच एंड एवरी पेपर 3 times बिफोर द एक्चुअल एग्जामिनेशन. तब तक आपके सारे शॉर्ट नोट्स, सब कुछ माइक्रो नोट्स रेडी होने चाहिए. लेट अस सपोज टारगेट करो कि आप 22 अगस्त को एग्जाम है, तो 15 अगस्त तक आप 3 बार रिवाइज कर रहे हो, नोट्स, माइक्रो नोट्स सब कुछ निकाल रहे हो. तो 15 अगस्त के बाद you will have only 1 or 2 pages for each GS, and you will just revise every day. You are going to revise 7 paper now. Are you getting this? This is very much possible. I have myself done it. मैं हवा में नहीं बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है, दिस मच कंसोलिडेशन ऑफ जीएस इज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज जीएस में आपको सारा ब्रेन में बिठाना है, एंड फॉर दैट नोट्स, माइक्रो नोट्स, मल्टीपल रिविजन इज द ओनली वे आउट. ठीक है, राइट नाउ आई डोंट हैव माय नोट्स, बट फॉर द मेंस आई हैव टेकन ओनली 1 फाइल फोल्डर. एक फाइल फोल्डर था, उसमें 12 to 14 मतलब सेक्शंस थे. तो 7 पेपर ये, और ऑप्शनल के मैंने 4 सेक्शंस किए थे, 11 राइट, एंड लैंग्वेज का कुछ 1 पेज वगैरह था. तो वो 12 सेक्शन में 12 नोट्स बिठा दिए थे मैंने, लाइक 2-3 पेजेस, एंड वो एक फाइल फोल्डर लेके गई थी मैं. राइट, आई कैन शो दैट. आई हैव ऑलरेडी शोन दैट फोल्डर इन 50 days prelim strategy session. That was the first video that I uploaded on YouTube. You can go and see how I have consolidated the notes, and वो एक फाइल फोल्डर से सारा मेंस लिख सकते हैं. राइट, रादर देन एक बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे मतलब 2-2 बैग लेके बुक्स लेके जाते हैं. फाइनल एग्जाम में हमें 2-2 पेजेस के नोट्स होने चाहिए. तो उस हिसाब से अभी से प्लान करना कि 3 बार नोट्स निकाल के रिविजन करके माइक्रो नोट्स बनेंगे, एंड फिर उस हिसाब से अभी से काम करना है. ठीक है, शॉर्ट नोट्स, माइक्रो नोट्स, वैल्यू एडिशन करना है हमें. यस, नाउ दिस इज अनदर प्रॉब्लम कि जीएस और ऐसे मिलेंगे, जैसे कि टॉपर के नोट्स मिल जाएंगे, ये मिल जाएगा, वो मिल जाएगा. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, हमें लगेगा हमारा नोट्स अच्छा नहीं है, तो वैल्यू एडिशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, नोट्स जमा करना, बहुत वॉल्यूम बढ़ जाएगा. वी डोंट हैव टू डू दैट. We have to do only quality and very less value addition. Whatever you have right now is more than sufficient. You have already qualified prelims. Let us hope, and you, whatever you know is very it is going to help you. Even if you go and write, let us suppose irrespective of आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, अभी आपको पेपर दे दिया और लिखने को बोला, तो आप एक डिसेंट आंसर लिख सकते हो, इतना नॉलेज बेस आपके पास है. तो अननेसेसरी बहुत कुछ एक्स्ट्रा वैल्यूएडिशन नहीं करना है, ओनली रिलेवेंट वेरी क्वालिटी वैल्यूएडिशन करना है. राइट, करंट अफेयर्स, यस, इट्स अ मस्ट. कोई करंट अफेयर छोड़ के मेंस जा रहा है और क्लियर कर रहा है, ये नहीं हो सकता. करंट अफेयर करना है, बट बहुत क्वालिटी वाला करंट अफेयर करना है, जस्ट फॉर्डर मटेरियल नहीं पढ़ना है. ठीक है, मेंस इज अ गेम ऑफ क्वालिटी, प्रैक्टिस, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड इंटरलिंकिंग. ठीक है, क्वालिटी रॉ मटेरियल, प्रैक्टिस कि आप उसको कैसे लिख रहे हो, कैसे ब्रेनस्टॉर्म कर रहे हो, वगैरह वगैरह. कॉन्फिडेंस, इतना सब करने में, बैलेंसिंग करने में, एवरी डे somebody will feel that मेरा तो नहीं हो रहा है. राइट, प्रीलिम्स में ये इतना नहीं आता है फील, मेंस में आता है, क्योंकि ना ऑप्शनल भी करना होता है, जीएस भी करना होता है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना होता है, हमें लगता है कि मैं तो कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ. राइट, तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए. एवरी डे इमोशनल स्टेबिलिटी एंड कॉन्फिडेंस मेंटेन करना है, और सिलेबस को इधर से उधर पूरा लिंक करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, GS1 का आप कुछ भी GS4 में लिंक कर पाओ, ऑप्शनल का कुछ तो आप GS2 में लिंक कर पाओ. इतना इंटरलिंकिंग डेवलप करने के लिए मल्टीपल रिविजन्स लगेंगे, और वो इंटरलिंकिंग आने के बाद आपका आंसर स्टैंड आउट होगा. इट विल बी अ वेरी 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 गुड आंसर. ठीक है, तो जीएस एंड ऐसे का ये अप्रोच होगा. ऑप्शनल मोर और लेस बहुत बड़े होते हैं, सो वी विल डिवाइड देम इन 4 सेक्शन. मोस्टली दे आर डिवाइडेड इनटू 4 सेक्शंस ऑलरेडी. ठीक है, उसको साइमल्टेनियसली लेके जाना है जीएस के साथ. 2 रिविजन शुड हैपन फॉर ऑप्शनल, maybe 3 also before 15th August. All short notes should be ready, and 25th to 29th August में जो आपके माइक्रो नोट्स होने चाहिए. ऐसा मत करना, बहुत सारे लोग 25th and 29th में एक ही रिवीजन करके जाएंगे, बिकॉज उनके पास नोट्स नहीं होंगे. राइट, तो आप इतने अच्छे से शॉर्ट नोट्स और माइक्रो नोट्स तैयार करके रखना कि 25th to 29th में आपका 2 तो रिविजन होना चाहिए. राइट, I have heard this from one of the topper. आई थिंक ही वो शुभम जी, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1, राइट, फ्यू इयर्स अगो। तो उन्होंने क्या किया था, ये 25 टू 29 अगस्त में एक फुल लेंथ टेस्ट लिख दिया था ऑप्शनल का आफ्टर रिवीजन। मतलब इतना उनका नोट्स, इतना उतना प्रिपरेशन हो गया था, राइट। तो उस तरह एम करना है हमें, राइट। उसके बाद ऑप्शनल के मिनिमम 8 फुल लेंथ टेस्ट देने हैं आपको। 8 फुल लेंथ टेस्ट मतलब सेक्शनल वाले, क्योंकि फॉर ऑप्शनल इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि आप एक 4 सेक्शन में डिवाइड करो, लेट अस सपोज उसके 4 टेस्ट दो और फुल लेंथ दो और फुल लेंथ दो, राइट। मतलब 4 सेक्शनल टेस्ट और 6 सेक्शनल टेस्ट, उसके बाद 1 और 2 फुल लेंथ टेस्ट फॉर ईच पेपर। तो ऐसा ऑप्शनल का अप्रोच होना चाहिए। आपको बहुत बार ये लगेगा कि जीएस का टेस्ट दे रहा हूं तो ऑप्शनल का रह जा रहा है, ऑप्शनल का दे रहा हूं तो जीएस का रह जा रहा है, ठीक है। तो दिस कैन बी द अप्रोच दैट यू स्टडी फॉर 5 days एंड यू राइट द टेस्ट ऑन Saturday for optional and Sunday for GS, or Saturday for GS and Sunday for optional, ठीक है। This approach you should follow. Each and every weekend you have to write the full length test. फुल लेंथ टेस्ट मींस सेक्शनल हो सकती है ऑप्शनल के लिए, बट द नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी लाइक फुल लेंथ टेस्ट, ठीक है। ये आपको हैबिट बना लेनी है। आपकी तैयारी हो, आपकी तैयारी ना हो, तैयारी कभी नहीं होगी जीएस में। हम ये मेंस में यू विल गेट दैट फील एवरी डे दैट आई एम नॉट प्रिपेयर टू राइट द टेस्ट, बट उसकी वजह से टेस्ट नहीं रुकना चाहिए। यू हैव टू राइट टेस्ट ऑन ईच वीकेंड, one for optional, one for GS, right? If you are not writing, others are writing, they will get through, ठीक है। उसके बाद नो न्यू रीडिंग और कंटेंट सोर्सेस, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड, बहुत सारा रॉ मटेरियल और बहुत सारा कंटेंट जमा नहीं करना है, ठीक है। ओनली जो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, जो आपने पहले नहीं किया है, उसको थोड़ा प्रिपेयर करके वैल्यूएट करके जाना है। बाकी चीजों के लिए आई होप यू ऑलरेडी हैव मटेरियल। इफ समबडी इज नॉट हैविंग, जीरो मटेरियल है, कुछ भी नहीं है, तो प्लीज, मतलब दैट इज ऑल्सो डूएबल, बट यस यू हैव टू पुश योर सेल्फ। आई विल टेल यू माई ओन स्टोरी। आई वॉज not at all prepared for anthropology optional in 2022 because I had just changed it from history to anthropology, but still I could clear anthropology optional that year with good marks and got selected, ठीक है। तो इतना सब मैं बोल रही हूँ, मतलब even if somebody is not having 1 2 3 points with him, or somebody is not able to follow this approach, still you can do it. Push yourself, that is the only way, ठीक है। Consolidate and push yourself. Now, last and the one important thing is language qualifying paper. Those who have already attempted mains before, they know that this is not that tension thing. But those who are doing for the first time, please do not stress yourself for that. Before your mains, you just devote 1 2 days for English, depending on your preparation level, or 2 to 3 days for regional, just for writing practice. So for so many people, they are coming from English medium or convent medium. So for them, writing regional languages becomes little challenging, okay? So this you can do at the end. Please do not stress yourself, but you should not neglect also. There are some candidates who get, failed in the language qualifying paper, and that's why their other scores are not revealed. That is the blunder. Failing in qualifying paper will be the blunder. So उनको neglect भी नहीं करना है, and उनको बहुत seriously लेके उनको 15 दिन भी नहीं देने हैं, ठीक है। Done. Lastly, after all this test and all this preparation, सब कुछ balancing हो गया, you have to do one simulated test based on UPSC pattern. Like UPSC devote 10 days and 7 papers are there. Like Friday it has essay, then Saturday it has GS1, GS2, then Sunday it has GS3, GS4, right? And then there is a break for 5 days. Then again optional paper. So that simulation, if you can do before your mains, it will be helpful for you to write in the mains, because writing 2 papers in 1 day is little challenging. So you have to practice that. At least for GS you do that, because optional will not be that challenging. It has some gap in between, right? So at least for essay, GS 1 2 3 4, one simulation should happen, okay? So this is all I wanted to talk about the overall mains approach. Now I will talk about the mentorship batch in 15 minutes, okay? If anybody has any doubt, please note it. We will take it in the end. Okay. So this is my favorite quote. Whatever mentorship program I'm doing, whatever courses I'm doing, this is my agenda. That I believe in this quote, that give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for lifetime. So purpose of all my courses will be to teach you how to fish and not to give you the fish directly. Okay? I want you to be independent in clearing this examination by yourself, right? I am there to guide, I am there to walk along your side, but you have to do it on your own. For that, whatever skills are required, whatever temperament building is required, whatever practice is required, that I'm going to mentor. Okay? But the final battle you are playing and you are winning it, that I will make sure, right? Okay, so okay, my short introduction. I am telling you my introduction because in this mentorship, I am going to do things on my own. I will be your mentor. So it is very important to know your mentor. So this is my quick and short introduction. Most of you might also be knowing it already. I'll just run through it. So I have secured All India rank 452 in UPSC CSE 2022. I have cleared prelims 7 times. 2024 was my latest attempt and my score was 120.97. I have cleared mains 2 times in 2020 and 2022. I have cleared interview in 2022, get the rank, and I have improved between 2 interviews by 44 marks. Right. Okay. UPSC mentorship experience. I am doing this job as my full-time job since February 2025. So let me be very clear. I am not into any government service and doing this thing parallelly. This is my primary job, mentorship, UPSC mentorship. Okay. Okay. And civil services. So for my first batch, I mentored civil services examination 2024 interview candidates. And there were 5-6 students and 2 of them scored very good marks, 200 marks, right? Civil services examination 2025 prelims mentorship batch I have done, and many of my students will be joining this mains mentorship also. Okay, so that means that I was able to do it nicely. I have also done 2 LTP batches for prelims PYQ, that is prelims logical thinking pattern batches, where I taught them how to solve PYQ and how to approach PYQ. So I have already mentored 100 plus students. So why I'm telling all these things? Just that you should be sure that you are in safe hands. If you are listening to me for the first time, this introduction, I believe, will help you to understand that this mentorship is going to be conducted by a person who has experience, who has done things previously, and so that you can trust that person. Okay. Education wise, I am a mechanical engineer from VGTI Mumbai, masters in public health from TISS Mumbai. Work experience wise, I have done Chief Minister Fellowship from the for Government of Maharashtra in Dharashiv Collector Office. iPhone, can you please stop using the pen? Yes, thank you. Okay. Health and Wellness Officer at Tata Electronics, Hosur, Tamil Nadu. And I also worked as consultant at Karta Initiative, which is incubated by Tata Trust. Certifications, I have done Emotional Intelligence Coach certification. I also teach emotional intelligence to others. And I am currently pursuing level 3 yoga teacher training course. Okay. So this is a short introduction about me as a mentor. So now I am introducing the mentorship GS mentorship program 2025. Okay, so in this program, my focus is mostly on implementation only, right? So this document I'm going to share with you so that you can read it later on. The unique aspect of this mentorship will be I am going to do all the things by myself. There will be no outsourcing of any work. Right from paper setting, right from sessions, right from paper checking, everything will be done by me. I really don't feel that I should, allow somebody else to do all these things and then give you the same experience which we are getting at some places, right? In my preparation, I felt that I really lacked the right guidance from the right person, and that's why it was difficult for me to sail through this journey, right? But due to that experience, I have decided that all of the things in whatever mentorship I am doing will be done by me only. For that, I am taking less number of candidates. That is okay. I am okay with that. Okay, I am not behind quantity. I am behind doing things qualitatively. Okay. Okay, so there are 8 pillars of this mentorship. There will be one dedicated Telegram group. All of you who are taking the admissions will be added there. There will be constant support on chat by me directly. Whatever doubts you are asking in the group and whatever doubts you are asking me personally, within 24 hours, the doubts will be resolved. Okay. Then there will be 10 full-length tests and 10 discussion sessions in this mentorship. So this mentorship is more about implementation rather than just preparation or content teaching, right? There will be weekly approach sessions, total 10, because this is a 10 weeks, 2.5 months program, right? There will be one-to-one online meeting with me, and which is bi-monthly. Every 15 days, the candidate, the student and me will meet. Okay. Then there will be daily schedule, which is curated for everyone with the daily tracker, right? There will be daily brainstorming. I told you, rather than just writing, we are going beyond that. Daily brainstorming or interlinking sessions that should be there. There will be emotional intelligence sessions, because I feel this is one of the very much neglected aspect in UPSC preparation. We just focus on preparing the content, preparing the notes, preparing the subjects. We never focus on preparing our mind for this examination. Okay? So this should not happen. That's why I have added these sessions in this mentorship, and there will be revision strategy, buffer strategy, everything will be there. Okay. Okay. So 10 full length test. Okay. Since dedicated Telegram group is important, there will be few activities that you should do in group. I always used to do few activities when I was preparing for prelims in group. I always had my study partner. Okay. And I'm very happy one of the study partner is here. Okay. And this should happen in mains also, right? You should have like-minded people around you, and few activities you should do in group. The input-output ratio for such activity is very high, right? So dedicated Telegram group will help you in that. I will answer your doubts and queries, but if you are putting your doubts and queries in the group bonding will happen. You will know each other, you will get to know, and you will form small groups so that you will study some aspect within that group. Okay. Okay. So next is 10 full length test and 10 discussion sessions. So why I am focusing on all these things is that I know we will listen to that we have to write answer and do everything, but we might forget this and we will go back into the track of preparation. So I want this mentorship to be completely implementation type of mentorship, right? So let us suppose we are starting with GS4 and we will have GS4 test on 8th June, discussion on 12th June. Between 8th June and 12th June, I will check all the paper, and on 12th June, while doing discussions, you will have your paper so that you will understand what I am saying, where you are lacking. Okay? Same, GS1, we will have test on 15th June. After discussion, see every Sunday you will have test, every Monday you will have weekly session, and every Thursday you will have discussion session. Okay? So GS1 test, GS4 test, the discussion, then GS2 test, all the 3 hours of slots will be there. GS3 test, वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है? Then we will have essay test on 6th July 2025, discussion on 10th July, and second essay test on 13th July. So I am taking essay back to back so that within 2-3 weeks your essay is fully prepared and you are done with the essay paper, right? GS 1, 2, 3, 4, then essay, then GS 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be the approach, right? Then weekly strategy sessions, why they are important? Let us suppose there will be 10 weekly strategy session. Okay? So let us suppose for the first weekly strategy session, which is going to be held on 2nd June. So the batch is starting from 2nd June. We will understand the approach for GS4. I will tell you not only like I will tell you what should be your, so if something is left to be prepared in GS4, from where you should do that, right? Then how you can make your short notes or extract the quality data from existing notes, how you should have answer writing approach for GS4. This I'm going to tell you based on my experience of increasing the marks in mains and the experience of toppers, right? I will also refer many toppers copies. I will learn so many, I will put forth so many things from toppers copies as an illustrations to you so that you will learn that. So approach sessions are important so that after that approach sessions, definitely you are already doing very nice job, right? But to re-engineer your approach, this approach session will help how you should approach the subject. And with that approach, you will study from 2nd June to 8th June, right? And on 8th June, you will write the GS4 test. Are you getting this? Then 8th June mein test ho gaya. Then 9th June, we will have GS1 approach session. You will study GS1 for 1 week and you will write the test on 15th June, right? In between, we will have one discussion session so that whatever your checked copies are there, you will get it. And we will improve. Thursday, we will have the discussion session. So we will improve in next 2-3 days and write the Sunday test. Done. So there is a sufficient time to check it and implement it. Then Sanjita, I'll take the doubts in the end. Fine. Okay. So everybody getting every Monday we have approach session. Every Sunday we have test, and the next Thursday, मतलब Sunday के बाद जो Thursday आएगा, we will have the discussion session. Then you will learn your mistakes in the Thursday session. Friday, Saturday, you have time to implement and integrate. Then you will write test on the next Sunday. This will happen for GS4 to GS4 1, 2, 3, and then 2 weeks for essay. Then GS4 1, 2, 3. By 11th August or 10th August, everything is finished and you can write that simulated test. Okay. Now, right now, I have not implemented the simulated test in this program. If time permits and if I am able to do that, I will conduct that. Otherwise, you can definitely go for some other institute, because I believe for mains, even if I am teaching mains, I will not give you the false advice that you should be dependent on only one person. Okay, you should get best from each and everything, right? So for that, you can have this approach that you do this 8 test here and do simulated test at somewhere else. Be competitive at each and every environment, right? Okay. So next is one-to-one online meeting. In the approach session, all the doubts will be cleared mostly. In the discussion session, all the writing doubts will be cleared mostly. Still, if somebody is having some doubts, every 15 days, we will have one-to-one call of 30-40 minutes, right? And in that, the person can definitely talk all the doubt and I will definitely address those doubts, challenges, scheduling, everything will be done, right? I will give you a standard format of daily schedule. What should be the ideal format for you for the next 2.5 months? Mostly you will be able to follow that. Let us suppose somebody is having a lot of challenges in doing that. We will have a curated schedule for that person, right? But I would suggest to stick to the standard format, because in spite of all the challenges, if you are able to stick to that, you will definitely see the good results. Okay. Then daily brainstorming of the answer. So instead of daily writing the answer, I would like to introduce something very different. This we will definitely see in detail when we are starting the batch. Okay. We are going to brainstorm best answers. We are going to brainstorm how I am going to write my intro, body, conclusion. Okay. Brainstorming on these aspects will help you to write in the Sunday test. Every day you are just writing 5 answers, 6 answers, and you are not even analyzing them, right? And every day you are writing and you are getting something from others like feedback and all these things. That is not going to help. Get feedback weekly, right? This is my approach. And do your own analysis for 6 days. And that I'm going to handhold and tell you how you can do that, right? On daily basis, some brainstorming, some writing, some intro formation, all these things will happen. More details you will come to know in the actual batch. But this is the very unique aspect of this batch. Okay. Okay, and lastly, emotional intelligence session. I will have total 3-4 sessions of emotional intelligence in between the schedule, and that will definitely help you in managing or aligning yourself with the demands of this examination. Right, revision strategy is also there. Okay, so the program fees for 10 tests, 10 discussions, and 10 approach sessions, and other one-to-one calls, your daily schedule tracking, everything will be 10,999. Early bird discount will be 9,999 till 30th May midnight. Okay, after that it will be 10,999. Other details are there. Admissions will close on 1st June midnight, or the once the seats are filled. So I'm not taking so many admissions because everything is done by me. So I have my time considerations or limitations. So I will just take few limited seats. And if you have any query, you can contact Mr. Krishna. I have already shared the numbers and everything. So after this important discussion, I would, right now I'm done from my side, whatever things I wanted to tell you. I would really like you to introduce to one of our student, and now he is the topper. Saurav?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hello, Saurav. Welcome to this session.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. So everybody, I'm very happy to introduce Mr. Saurav Dakne. He has secured All India rank 628 in UPSC CSE 2024. He was our interview guidance student and he scored 200 marks in interview. So Saurav, I just want to congratulate you and thank you for joining us in this session.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to see you again. And
yes, ma'am.
I just want you to share some of the experience regarding your preparation and regarding mentorship. And then I will definitely ask students also if they want to ask you a few things. And then we will open the floor for the in general question answers.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone. As ma'am has introduced me, I am Saurav Dakne. and I have secured All India rank 628. And in this my whole journey and this year's result, I am in the list only because of Pallavi ma'am, because I had taken her interview guidance program, and with her continuous support and handholding, I could secure 200 marks in the interview. When I saw my marks of interview, I was not even I was little bit shocked that how I got 200 marks. But when I reflect back on our preparation in that 2 3 months where Pallavi ma'am guided me, I realized that we had together had done so much work that we could not realize that how we had work, and that reflected in the final marks. And also we were also preparing during for the 2024 prelims. We were together having sessions. Whatever ma'am is telling you, that has distilled from her experience of these all this preparation journey, and it is a proven fact that she had done 7 prelims and her inter and even the mains 2022 also. So why I would suggest everyone to like suggest in the sense ki why I have felt that ma'am gives 200% from her side for everyone. Like for during my interview preparation, I used to send her my mock videos. She used to see that mock videos and give me feedback. So if you see in the world of mentorship, no one goes to that extent, and that had helped me to cross that final barrier. And I am pretty sure that ma'am in this means also, as I am joining, ma'am will help me to improve my mark, because the kind of approach she is having in the mentorship and the kind of effort she put in for each and every student, that will help every one of us to improve our marks, those who are improving their marks in the mains or those who are giving the first mains. And also the one of the few aspects of ma'am's mentorship is that the emotional intelligence part. Like every other student, I was quite reluctant about the thing about emotional intelligence. We read it about the ethics, but we don't give much importance to that thing in our day-to-day life. But that thing we work actively with ma'am self. I work actively on that thing during my interview preparation, and now I am quite sure that it is all because of the emotional intelligence, that whatever we are going to do in this space, that is getting absorbed in a really efficient manner, and that will reflect in the final performance. So and what I just want to say that ki yes, I am telling you that has reflected in my efforts also, but I would see that you can join her mentorship and see the experience, take that experience. Just for the experience you can understand how you will see the growth in yourself, not just in the paper, it is just exam, but from the life perspective, how you can turn from a simple or whatever you are having. There is a method which ma'am has helped me in adapting to the things, and that has reflected in the final change, and that has taken me from aspirants to kind of finally crossing that barrier and
Yes.
becoming an officer. So I like to thank ma'am once again, and I would also suggest everyone that if you join ma'am's mentorship for mains, you will get more than what you are expecting, not just for the exam but more than beyond that examination thing. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Saurabh. So kind words. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Saurabh, any advice from your side to the mains appearing candidates? You have appeared for you have cleared mains for 4 times. So, as I have already said, Saurabh has cleared 4 prelims, 4 mains, and 1 final, 4 interview, appeared for 4 interview and 1 final selection in 2024. He has already attempted 2025 to improve his rank, and he is very sure, and I'm very sure that he will clear. And he has already enrolled in this mains mentorship program. So, based on your experience, Saurabh, what advice you will give to the mains appearing candidates? In
Oh,
general
ma'am,
advice.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I would think, I would suggest that I in my earlier attempts, I had the notes, but I was in that preparation phase till the end of the August month, and at the end, it would be so much of tension that how I can reflect that uh, notes in the final answer. So from what ma'am has told, that the mains is about the implementation, that we have to work everyone upon. From the day one we should be in the mission mode, that I not just on the preparing, but implement that will help in the final, because when you are writing the mains, it is like a marathon, and that you have to prepare for daily one step daily. That can help us to gain that momentum, and that momentum will help us, and that with Pallavi ma'am's help, I am sure that she is going to help us all. And on the aspect of preparation, that ma'am is going to do that. I should not talk on that aspect, but just I want to say that key, take that experience of mentorship. I am also here, we can have that groups, we can discuss, we can share our thoughts, we can have a collaborative approach, and that will help everyone us to sail through this phase. And uh, ma'am will be there for the interviews for all of us, I'm
Yes,
sure.
for
So
sure.
I give you all the best wishes, that do the hustle in these 2.5 months, and you will see the wonders in the your next phases. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Saurav. Thank you so much. So we are done from my side and Saurav's sides. So the floor is open now for question and answer. In general means related approach, in general strategy related approach or mentorship related approach, every doubts will be solved.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I just want to ask that you mentioned about the notes parts. The thing is, there is a vast syllabus. Like even if we take a Lakshmikant example, okay, there is a huge book is there, and how can we do convert it into notes? Because we even if we go for the micro notes, the Lakshmikant is so huge, and if we want to translate into the micro notes, then it will take months for us to even complete one single book. So how can we translate the one single source to the micro notes?
Yes. So Darshana, I would say for prelims, it is a task that to convert whole Lakshmikant into the notes. For mains, it can be the selective approach. So if you analyze the PYQ, there will be few aspects on which repeated questions are there. For example, fundamental rights, DPSP, or some court cases, constitutional amendments, right? And then current affairs part, right? There will not be questions from each and every, and representation of people act, right? So if you see, if you can analyze the PYQ, and if there are few themes, so for that few themes, you can have notes first go. In second go, when you have time, you can have more notes. So for mains, it will be very, very selective. Don't worry that you have to take the notes of whole Lakshmikant. For mains, it will be very selective. Important articles, important themes, important court cases. So we'll see that in GS 2 approach session. Okay, it is very much doable. Okay. Okay. Yes, Sanjota.
Ma'am, I have two questions. One is for sir and one is for you. To you, I want to ask that if my optional is anthropology, then will that mentorship follow for optional also? And my second question is that sir was emphasizing very much on emotional intelligence. So what exactly did he practice after prelims until mains, or during preparation of mains and after that?
Okay. So for your first question, anthropology optional mentorship is not included in this. This is GS plus SA mentorship, right? So, but as my option was anthropology, I will definitely take an approach session for all of you. It will be open for all. How we should approach for anthropology, how we should go for the sources, notes making, full length test, everything. 1 or 2 approach sessions I will definitely take. Okay? Okay. And for Saurav question.
Hello, Sanjuta. So regarding what I was talking about, the emotional intelligence, that when ma'am was mentoring me for the interview guidance, so she had taken a special session, that how we should approach the things, like from the general perspective, what we do, we read, then we make notes, then we write. But as a process, we must enjoy that thing. Unless you enjoy that thing, then it doesn't reflect in your final output, and that comes from the emotional intelligence, that being aware. That also needs a guide, that how to do things in a manner such that you become aware of yourself and start enjoying that process. And once that comes to you, then you actually start enjoying the process, and that is reflected in how you do things and what it gives you. There are some aspects wherein you do things but you don't really enjoy that, and that doesn't reflect on your face or in your method of doing the things. But when you start, you become emotionally intelligent, become aware of the things, or become aware of your what you are, then the things go on the another level where whatever input you are taking, that reflects in an output that is beyond what we can say, it multiplies. And that Pallavi ma'am helped me in that thing. There are various methods that I am not expert, I just follow what she told. You can learn from her, and that will help you also.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
For Saurabh, he staunchly believed in following the process. So I was not only telling the normal preparation process, but also how emotionally he should approach, and he followed it. He's a very sincere student. Just because he followed, he got the result. And with the various methods, with emotional stability, we enjoy the process and we become, beyond the result. We will not worry about result. We will focus on the process, and the result is a byproduct. That happened with the Saurabh totally. Okay. 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 Yes. Zoom user, can you tell me your name?
Hello, ma'am. This is Ayushi. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know why this name is coming up.
Yes.
So, actually, my doubt, like, I have few questions to ask. The first question was that I left the mains preparation back in like March itself. Like from March, I was preparing for prelims. So I left answer writing in February only. But now I feel like there is a loss of touch since I wrote the last answer in February. Right now I'm not actually aware about the syllabus, but since I've seen your this plan for going for the subjects as well, I think like one of the student also raised their queries here that the 1 week is not that enough to prepare for GS1. So my doubt is only this, that I have not completed world history, but apart from that, like most of the subjects are done. But when like I'm looking at, okay, we have to do the complete GS1 GS2 in just a matter of like four weeks. So it appears to be a little bit big task for me. So can you just help me out for this, because I don't know, like right now there is no touch. If there would have been a little touch with the things, we could have easily solved the problems and we could have easily wrote the answers. But right now I think we need to go to and revise first, and then we need to go to the subjects.
Yes. So, Ayushi, yes, I can understand your concern, Ayushi, and that's what I am telling you, right? We will feel that 1 week is not enough, so we will go on giving 2 weeks to GS1. We will go on giving 3 weeks to GS2. We don't have time. The time is very limited for this means. Okay? So first of all, understand this. You have to do things very quickly, right? You have to mold your mind and your understanding according to that we don't have time. No, GS1, I'm not allocating only 1 week. There are 2 weeks. 1 week in the first round, second week in the second round. Okay. So you will push yourself to do your best in the first week. If some syllabus is remaining, you are going to do that syllabus in the second round, and you are revising the first round syllabus. So that is the strategy. Next thing is that yes, definitely we can, change the schedule, ऊपर नीचे कर सकते हैं, but that to be at par or above the competition, this is the ambitious schedule that one should follow. And with the right approach and capacity building, you will be able to follow. See, let us suppose you have not done world history. Do you really think that you should invest 2 days in world history?
No, ma'am.
No, definitely not. Then you have to invest only half day in world history, right?
Yes.
Right. So if you are investing half day in world history, 2.5 day in society, 2.5 day in what do you say, geography, and then you are investing 2 days in modern India, all these things you do, the cumulative calculation should be 14 days or 13 days, right? You feel that 2.5 days very less, but you already have done geography in prelims, you just have to consolidate. But if you are not, and you have to approach like that, you have to be very ambitious, and you will do it. This is done by so many toppers previously, this is done by so many of my friends, this is done by me. You will also do it, just you have to push your limits.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And I am there to teach you how to do that. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question I had. Like
Yes.
that you had told that there will be like one test afterwards. So like for anthropology, like my option is anthropology only. So for anthropology also, shall we go and attempt? I actually lost the connection when you were talking about the test. So shall we go for the anthropology test as well, like every weekend?
Yeah. You have to write. See, implementation is the very important thing. Just don't go on preparing. Okay, you join some test series where there are weekly tests.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that you will be on track. Trust me, you might feel this very crazy, but if you can do that, you are already above the competition.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am, I have few questions regarding how to approach QIQs, and particularly with respect to GS1. For last 2 months, my score for GS1 was subpar, below 70. Because I don't have notes for GS1 except art and culture and world history. I don't have notes for. So how to solve that problem? And with respect to GS2 and GS3, there are some gaps with respect to main topics, syllabus topics that I don't have that in my notes. So approach for this.
Yes. So I would suggest, as I already told you, if you start doing all the syllabus now, we don't have time, right? So what we can do, let us suppose modern, you don't have notes, but modern, I'm very sure you have done very thoroughly for prelims,
Yes,
right? So you will just select the objective data from modern, right? And language you can definitely develop on your own and write the answer, right? Just the chronologies, just the events happening, just some leaders' names, all these objective data you will do, and you will do, you will go for that, right? But let us suppose you don't have anything for internal security, and there will be definitely a few questions from internal security. For that, you go for making notes and reading the sources. So you have to balance your time. Like for modern, please don't go for making whole notes of spectrum right now. You can definitely write it with the some objective details. But internal security, if you don't have anything, you have to do it. Right?
And particularly with respect to society, ma'am. Society, I have
Yes.
faced.
So there are various approaches. So for society, see, 2022 I scored 110 marks in GS1, which was one of the highest, right? So
Yes.
for I feel GS1 na, it is more about little objective details for history, for geography, for society. If we are writing in general na, the marks will be in general. So nitty gritties and objectivities, value addition examples, everything will matter a lot in GS1. It matters in every paper, but I was able to put that, like I was able to draw literally 15 to 20 maps in GS1 paper that year, right? So all these things will matter to get that extra half an marks or 1 marks. Okay? And society ka notes making, you are saying there is a method for that also. Just do not read in general topics, Google that topic and make your own notes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So for each aspect, see, you will have definitely your own approach for GS 1, 2, 3, 4, for governance, for society, for IR. I will tell you my approach. I will tell you whatever I have learned from my senior, my colleagues, everybody. Okay? So that will definitely help you to re-engineer your own approach, and maybe you will see some good changes in your result. Okay? So I'll take the comment section box questions.
Ma'am, I want to ask Kiran here.
Yeah, Kiran. Huh.
Ma'am, actually, like you will be taking test on every Sunday, right? And if my optional will overlap, my optional test, so is there any flexibility with respect to your test? Can the schedule be like?
So I have given you the schedule, right?
Okay,
so the discussion will happen on Thursday, right?
Fine.
So at least you have to do the test by Sunday, or if your optional is on Saturday, you have to do the test by Monday, or let us suppose your optional is on Sunday, you do the test by Saturday. So by Saturday, I will open the test. So Saturday, Monday, Sunday, you can do that. 3 days flexibility.
All right. Fine.
After
And
Monday,
for approach, continue, ma'am.
After Monday, it will be difficult to check the paper by Thursday, right?
All right. Fine. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else?
Ma'am, for more dynamic subjects like GS2 and the agriculture and governance part of, agriculture economy part of GS3, is it still like the general approach was to make for each term in the syllabus to make like 1 or 2 pages notes? Is that the way we have to approach it?
Yes. For each and every point in the syllabus, you should have a 1-page note, right? That is the end product. right? Maybe right now you will have so many sources or so many pages of notes, but your final aim should be you should have a 1-page note for each and every syllabus, and uska bhi micro notes bana ke for all the GS3 paper you should have just 2 pages note, ठीक है? And let me tell you this also, maybe you are having already, you might be having notes already for GS3 topics, ठीक है? And if you are not having some, your question was like you should do all the notes for GS3 syllabus wise, right?
Yes, ma'am. Just important terms in governance and in GS3.
Yes. So my approach is like that only. For each and every keyword in the syllabus, you should have a separate note. It should not be, random. I will just in general write about agriculture. That should not happen, because in general marks will be there for particular content. Particular marks will be awarded. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Anybody else? Otherwise, I'll read the chat box comment.
Ma'am, can I ask in Hindi?
Yes, Abhi. Yes, हाँ.
मैम सपोज अगर हम लाइक मेरा ऑप्शनल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी है एंड फॉर पेपर 2 आई डू नॉट हैव अ लाइक कंसोलिडेटेड नोट्स प्रॉपर्ली, जिसकी वजह से मेरा इस 2024 मेंस में थोड़ा सा स्कोर कम रहा. सो एंड नाउ इन 3 months लाइक लेस देन 3 months आर देयर, तो मैम व्हाट शुड बी द अप्रोच एंड हाउ शुड आई लाइक प्रिपेयर फॉर पेपर 2?
राइट. सी फॉर ऑप्शनल, मतलब आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आप नोट्स मत बनाओ, आपको सब चीज के लिए नोट्स बनाना है. GS 1 2 3 4 ऐसे सिलेबस वाइज, ऑप्शनल सिलेबस वाइज सबके लिए नोट्स बनाना है. व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज यू डू नॉट रन बिहाइंड मल्टीपल सोर्सेस. वट एवर यू हैव उसमें से नोट्स निकालो, एक्सट्रैक्ट करो उसको, क्वालिटी रॉ मटेरियल. सो आई एम वेरी श्योर यू मस्ट हैव रेड समथिंग फॉर पेपर 2 एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, राइट?
यस मैम.
Yes, you must have, topic wise content, like इसके लिए इतना ये बुक पढ़ा था, उसके लिए वो बुक पढ़ा था, वगैरह वगैरह.
Yes, ma'am.
Now once you are starting, let us suppose you are starting with GS2 and you are finishing it in the 3 weeks. Whenever you are reading, you extract that material. I am very sure who is appearing for the mains is not reading anything for the first time.
Yes, ma'am.
You are reading it for the second or third time. You have already underlined so many things. You have to extract them. Please don't go on reading just like you are reading it for the first time. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Please prepare notes. Notes को मेंस में नोट्स को अल्टरनेटिव ही नहीं है. प्रीलिम्स में भी तो चलो चल जाएगा, मेंस में अल्टरनेटिव नहीं है, क्योंकि नोट्स निकालने के बाद ही आप उसको बार बार रिवाइज करोगे, दिमाग में बिठाओगे और पेपर में लिखोगे. ठीक है?
And notes should be like properly maintained, or like it should be for the final revision part. So final review days के लिए.
नोट्स में ऐसा होगा, यू हैव टू टेक 2 to 3 राउंड्स, देन ओनली वो 2 पेज का नोट्स आएगा. पहले इसमें आप 2 पेज का नोट्स नहीं निकाल पाओगे. यू गो एंड प्लीज वॉच 50 days स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर प्रीलिम्स. उसमें मैंने पूरा मेंस का ही नोट्स दिखाया है मेरा, कि मैंने कैसे उसको रिड्यूस किया. ठीक है? ओके.
And second question, suppose there is a question like there's a 10 mark or 20 mark 50 mark question in GS. So how many points should we write, and like what is more important, the quantity of points or the uniqueness in examples or facts, which is more important?
You have to approach any paper just as you are topping that paper, right? हाईएस्ट मार्क्स स्कोर करने हैं. अभी आप बताओ हाईएस्ट मार्क्स स्कोर करने के लिए क्या चाहिए?
Unique examples plus sufficient quantity.
Unique example, good quality raw material, sufficient quantity, sufficient quality, points, everything.
सब कुछ चाहिए.
सब कुछ चाहिए, और सब कुछ होगा भी if you have that determination to work upon. ठीक है?
Thank you.
Yes. प्लीज ये माइंड से निकाल दो कि GS 1 में मुझे 100 लाने हैं, GS 2 में मुझे इतने इतने लाने हैं. ये माइंड से निकाल दो, मुझे हर पेपर में टॉप करना है. ये अगर रखोगे ना, मतलब इफ यू एम फॉर द, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वो बोलते हैं ना कि इतना एम ऊंचा करो कि आप गिरोगे तो बस स्काई पे गिरना चाहिए. ये एम चाहिए मेंस में. एवरी मार्क विल काउंट. प्रीलिम्स में मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ ये क्वालिफाइंग है, इसमें ऐसा कुछ को आपको टॉप नहीं करना है, बट मेंस में करना है, इंटरव्यू में करना है, राइट? Okay, any other doubt? Okay, should I go for chat box? Okay, I will read questions from chat box. Okay, so majority of the doubts are solved, so I'll stop this recording and we can continue with the other aspects. Okay, thank you so much.